If you clicked on this video because you feel stuck or trapped in your current situation, then I want to encourage you today. What you need to remember is you change and then your situation changes. You outgrow your current situation, so you might have this back to front in your mind. So I've got a couple of analogies for you. Imagine you've got a company and you're the boss and you're looking for somebody to replace you as the CEO. You don't take that guy who sort of turns up late, doesn't do a great job, and promote them and hope that they fill the boots of the CEO and they get better. You find the person that's already exhibiting the CEO qualities. So they turn up on time or they turn up early. They work until the task is done rather than just finishing at their clock out time and then leaving. You know, they do all the things. They're already acting like a CEO, but they're not in that position. You make them the CEO. And even if there's training required, you train them first. So in their current situation, you train them to the point of CEO, then you promote them. You don't make them a CEO and hope it all works out and they don't run your business into the ground. So there's a period where that person has outgrown their current position. They're trained to the level of a CEO, but they're not a CEO yet. Then their environment and their situation changes to accommodate because they've outgrown it. So you make them a CEO. Another analogy would be, imagine you've got a pot plant and you've put it in a pot. You have to increase the size of that pot as the plant grows. So the plant doesn't stifle itself and say, oh, poor little me, I'm in this tiny little pot. I'll just stay little and then hopefully my situation will change. Then I can flourish. Then I can grow big. No, the plant just continues to grow and the person that's sort of looking after it will put it into a bigger pot. And if it doesn't, it just outgrows its situation. So you might have seen this. I've seen plants just kind of like burst the pot. Or if you plant a big oak tree like this one, in between, you've probably seen this along public walkways. They plant trees in the ground and there's a concrete or paving around it. And it just buckles. The concrete just buckles and all the paving slabs lift up because it's just outgrowing its situation. And you're like that. You exhibit these traits and these things. You grow first and then your environment changes. So you might be saying to yourself, oh, I'm so lonely. I'd like a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a partner. But if you look around at your room, if you had a girlfriend, would you bring her back to this room or is it untidy? You know, so tidy your room first and then you might attract that person into your life. A good example of this is money, and you might be able to relate to this. I had a scarcity mindset associated with money for a long time. And I thought, I consider myself a good person and I would like to give to charity, but I don't have enough money. So if my situation changed and I had plenty of money, I'd just give it all away. Not all of it, but I'd give plenty away and then I'd be a very generous person. But you do it now. So that's me going, oh, when my situation changes, I'll change. But when I became more generous and I gave, my situation changed so that I could give more. And there's no, you might have an excuse like, oh, I've got rent to pay or whatever it is. There's no excuse to this. And this is what humbled me in this area. I saw a clip of these YouTubers that go around giving homeless people stuff that they need, whether it's money, food, a haircut, you know. So this one video, the guy gives this man plenty of food. The first thing the homeless guy, bearing in mind he looked like he hadn't eaten for about a month, the first thing the homeless guy does is walk straight to the next homeless guy over there and gives him half of it. So whatever your excuse is, and that homeless guy is going to have to find more food the next day. You know, he would have been well within his rights to keep that food, but he was generous. And he will probably outgrow that situation because even with little, he was still being generous. He's exhibiting those traits. So you might think, oh, if my situation was different, then I would act different. But your situation will never change until you do. So I've got a couple of Bible verses that I think are relevant to this point. Proverbs 23 verse 7. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. And notice that it's not So as his circumstances are, so is he. You know, it's not like because his circumstances are good, he's at peace in his heart. So this is available to you now. And the moment I did this, everything started changing. You got the four main aspects of life: belief, health, wealth, and relationships. I thought with, say, wealth, with money, if I had enough money, then I would feel secure. You know, I would have financial security, and then I wouldn't be stressed in that area. But that's a scarcity mindset. You're never going to be secure because you go, well, if I have enough money, then I'll be secure. So you can't be secure in this moment. But as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The moment I said, right, what do I actually need each day? I worked out the exact cost that it cost me to live. And it's about, I don't know, £20 a day. That's everything: food, shelter, everything. And I thought, well, that's not that difficult, £20. And then I said, right, that's security. I could live under a tree in these woods if I had to. Do you know what I mean? I just eliminated any stress and I started having security. I didn't earn loads of money and then I could have security. I had security and then I started earning more money. My income increased. I've had periods where I've been lonely, and you might be able to relate to this. And I felt like, I need to find somebody so that can make me happy. But when you have that needy energy, you don't find anyone, because it's not the situation that needs changing, it's you. And the moment I thought, well, no, I'm generally happy in my own company. I just walk my dog down the beach and be not lacking anything. People would come up and talk to me, and then that kind of turns into something. So it always worked in reverse. I thought, okay, if I find a partner, then I'll be happy. If I make money, then I'll be happy. If my health, same with weight loss. I thought, I'm overweight. I have these insecurities and this lack of confidence associated with it. If I lose the weight, that will solve my problem. Now, I could be any weight and I would be happy, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But the weight just stays off because I've changed, so my situation changes. So I would invite you, whatever chaos is going on in your life, whatever situation you're resisting against, find peace in that. Just whatever story you have to tell yourself associated with that thing, whether it's money, eliminate the worry of money by realizing that you could go to a food bank, or, you know, there's always options available to you. Be at peace and see that area of your life starts improving. So another verse is Luke 16:10. One who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in very little is also dishonest in much. So it's your character that needs to change in order for your situation to change. So I would invite you, don't wait to have peace, joy, generosity. Don't wait as if it's dependent on this outside situation, because it isn't. You could, if you have £1, you could give away a penny. That's generous. To the degree that you've got money, that's generous. You know, if you're depressed because of, I don't know what the situation is, smile at someone in the street. That's free, that's available to you now. And how you do anything is how you do everything. So that's going to permeate and spread out into the rest of your life. So I would invite you today to allow God to change you, and then watch how that changes your situation. Hope that helps. Speak to you soon.